Welcome to AEON2's second introductory video on command systems for the human army. We got the Paladins over here, Unit 1 and Paladins over here from our last video. You can see we have Phase 4 on the Red Fist guy. We call him Hakon. And then we have another one over here, Phase 2 with the Paladins. And what we did earlier was this is a level 2. This is a level 1 commander. And this commander had a green dice. But George, or Grignac's, going to explain the rest of these colored dice. Go ahead, George, what do you got?
Okay, these dice, we call it a totem. Basically red, blue, green, white. The red is the more aggressive dice, blue is more shooty dice, green is more movie dice, as we like to call it, and the white are the NCO dice that's assigned to a unit that have sergeants.
I like to say that these dice have a special order on them that the white dice doesn't have. So these are more of your average dice, whereas these have specialized dice, which we'll talk about later.
Right, they're more precise. This is just NCO dice. So this guy has a green dice because he was assigned this personality at the beginning of the game. He gets 2 dice to use. The green one is mandatory, and then you get to pick other dice to augment his personality.
Any other colored dice, right?
Any other colored dice, not the white.
Okay, so now this guy here is a level 1, and I notice he doesn't have a personality. So what's up with that?
Well, he's too low in rank to have a personality at this point, so he gets a dice of your choosing. So
okay, but he only gets 1.
He only gets 1.
Now, when commanders issue their orders, they can issue an order to any unit that has its phase come up, right? So if this guy is a level 1 and it's phase 4, he can command it. And from what I've told, he can command it as well, but not both of them.
Right. A unit cannot take commands from 2 different leaders in a turn. It's just command and control.
All right. The other thing, too, is the total number of dice. Unlike some of the other armies in AEON2, the human armies, each unit can have up to 2 colored dice and then 1 white dice. Is that correct?
Correct. They get 2 dice, specialty dice, and then their NCO dice, which is always for them.
If they have
a sergeant in the unit, if you paid for it in the army list.
All right. So what would you do here? You've got a green dice here, and you've got a phase 4. You've got a phase 2, and you know you have to roll a green one. So I'm going to push these over towards your hand, and basically, what would you do with this strategy here? These guys have to go now. What would you do? Explain to me.
Since they're in phase 4, they're going to go first. I would assign him a dice, and depending on the situation, maybe I want him to move. So I'd give him a move dice.
Yeah, because they're stuck in a really bad
They're stuck in a bad spot. I want him to move out, so I would take this dice and their sergeant dice. I'd roll them and see what their orders are.
Let's see what we got here.
Well, here they got a move and a shoot.
All right, so kind of cool.
The beauty of this is you can do these in any order you want. You can move and shoot, or you can shoot and move.
So in this case, we're probably, since we can't see the worms, since they seem to be way down there, we're probably going to move out and then shoot. Now,
yes, I'd assign them a movement, and then if they could see a target when they reach their destination, they could shoot. That would be their move for this turn. Over here in phase 2, when we got to this point, he would have his dice. Depending on the situation, maybe I want to be a little bit more blue.
you said shooty.
Yeah, shooty. Because he's gonna get 3 dice now, essentially, and we'll see what we get. We got a double move, a shoot, and a dig in. So basically what you could do is on the move, you could move way out, then you could dig in and shoot anybody that you can see. That would be the order I would do it in, because it'd always be better to end.
Now this is that special dice that we talked about. So on the double gives you a special move bonus.
A move bonus, and then this gives you a bonus for cover no matter where you're at. You're just like digging some foxholes, and then you could shoot, or you could shoot then dig in. It'd be your preference. Just depends on your situation. You wouldn't want to do it in any other order because you wouldn't want to dig in and then move because you'd lose that dice.
So dig in once you move, no more dig in.
Correct.
Makes sense.
So that it allows you a lot of freedom that you don't get in most games or any other games. So that's a brief synopsis on how the command structure works for these armies.
Awesome. We're going to have more gameplay later, but there's the basics on that. And I guess it's time to say goodbye, George.
Goodbye, George.